You took the day off, calendar's clear, phone is supposedly off, and somehow you're still the only one who can answer if something goes wrong. So is it really a day off? You're at your kid's game or a matinee or just sitting on the porch and part of you is still scanning, not checking anything specific, just on and ready. The second something needs you, you're already reaching for the phone before you even decided to. That's not a discipline problem. That's a system with no backup. And you're the only one in it. You could have the whole day free and still come home from it more tired than when you started. A day off is supposed to end the work. For you, it only ends the doing. It doesn't end the watch because you're still the only one and only person who can pick up if a call comes in. Today, I'm calling this the standby shift, the invisible half of your day that never actually clocks out. And I'm going to show you the one move that gives it an actual end time. Think about anyone who works on call, an ER doctor, an IT admin covering launch weekend. Even on their day off, if they're the one who gets the call, they can't fully relax because part of their attention has to stay reserved for a call that might come in. That's not weakness. That's just what standby duty does to a person. The difference is those roles usually come with a defined shift and someone relieving them at the end of it. You don't have that. Nobody ever told your nervous system when the shift ends, so it just doesn't. So every day off runs the same background program. Stay reachable, stay ready, just in case. And here's the part that makes it heavier than it needs to be. Most of what actually comes through on a day off isn't a real emergency. It's a question that can wait, a decision somebody else on your team could make, or something that could simply sit until Monday. But because you never defined what actually counts as urgent, your brain treats every notification like it might be the one that matters. So it keeps you on standby for all of them, all day, every day off. You can be technically off duty and still fully on shift, and nobody has to say a single word to keep you there. The watch runs itself. Over one weekend, it barely registers. Over a year of weekends, it adds up the way any unpaid shift would. A little less recovery every single time, until the day off stops actually restoring anything at all. You show up to Monday already behind because Saturday and Sunday never really gave you anything back. This is also why you come back from a day off feeling like you need a vacation from the vacation. Your body spent the whole day in low-grade alert, muscles slightly tense, breathing slightly shallow, even though nothing actually happened. Standby duty costs energy whether or not the call ever comes. So here's the move. It's not about turning your phone off and hoping for the best. That never actually sticks. It's about giving a watch a real defined shift and an actual end. I call it the one text rule. Before your next day off, tell your team or your family or whoever might need you one simple thing. Here's the one situation that's a genuine emergency. Name it and be specific. If it's that, call me. Don't text and I'll pick up. If it's anything else, it waits until Monday. That's it. One sentence said out loud and sent ahead of time. And then physically put the phone in another room, not face down on the counter, actually out of reach. If you're worried about missing the real emergency, leave your ringer on so the call still comes through. That's exactly what the call is for. What this does is take the guessing out of it. Your nervous system isn't scanning every buzz anymore because it already knows exactly what would actually need you, and it knows everything else genuinely can wait. You've defined the shift. Now it can actually end the same way any other shift does. If your first instinct is that nobody would actually respect that boundary, test it small. Pick one Saturday, send the one text. You'll likely find that most of what used to interrupt you was never actually urgent in the first place. I worked through this with a client of mine, we'll call him Michael, who owns a remodeling company with 5 guys and a phone that never stopped. He used to spend Saturdays glancing at his phone every few minutes, just in case. We named this one real emergency together. It was a job site safety issue, nothing else, and he sent over one text to his crew right before his next weekend off. He told me it was the first Saturday in over a year he actually forgot the phone was in the other room, for a couple of hours at least. His son noticed too, and said it was the first time in a while that his dad actually watched the whole game instead of half of it. Nobody had to shut the business down for that to happen. He just finally told his shift when it ends. A few months in, he started teaching his own foremen the same rule for their days off. I'm Dr. Shawn Geraty, a coach and counselor for over 30 years, and this is exactly the kind of shift I walk people through inside the Common 7 Challenge. It's free, and it has 7 emails with 5 practices to help you find more peace, clarity, and margin. The link's in the description below. Want more on why burnout builds the way it does and how to actually regulate your nervous system instead of just pushing through it, and what it's actually costing you long term? Check out this video right here.